Namaste. My name is Cassie, and I am a 200-hour yoga instructor based in Southern New York. And today I'm here at the beautiful Dragonfly Wellness Yoga Studio in Ossining, New York. And I have for you a relatively short sequence that I like to call Lengthen and Strengthen, because we're going to really lengthen and stretch through the side body, arms, legs, but we're going to also build a little bit of strength as we do so. All right, so we're going to get started by standing with the legs nice and wide. Maybe even a little wider than you think you'll need, about a leg's distance. And just take a moment. Your toes are all going to kind of face the same direction here, whether that's forward or however you're set up. Getting nice and rooted in the feet, sensing the legs kind of balanced between left and right as you rise your attention all the way up here. And then we'll simply breathe in, sweeping your arms out to the sides, all the way up. And as you exhale, let's bring the hands down to the heart center. And we'll do that one more time. As you inhale, arms sweep out and up. Exhaling, hands down to your heart. All right, so from here we're going to set ourselves up for what's called triangle pose. So we're going to start on the left side. So you're going to take those left toes. I don't know if you can see my feet, but I'm just turning the left toes towards the short end of my mat. And in doing so, I'll want to turn my right foot in just a little bit, maybe like 45 degrees or so for balance. And we'll start with the hands on the hips here, just kind of playing with that alignment. So I like to call this part triangle prep. So hands on the hips here. We're going to shift the hips over towards the right here. And you'll notice as you do this, your torso naturally starts to lean down towards the left. Nice. So we're going to come on up from here. And we're going to find that tilt in the hips one more time, except now you'll bring your arms out to a T. So once again, tilting your hips all the way over to the right. We're going to make a counter movement here as you reach your fingertips to the left and then spin it down so that your left hand comes to rest somewhere on your left leg and the right arm can come up and overhead. So you could look straight ahead, you could look down at your foot, or you could even look up at your right hand. If the arm or shoulder are bothering you, you can also bring that hand to your hip. For the demo, I'm going to leave my arm up. So we take one more breath in and a nice breath out. Nice. So from here, we'll inhale, rising up, so rooting into your feet. And we're going to reverse this movement by tilting it back. So I call this reverse triangle. So we're just kind of counter stretching through the right side. And we'll come to triangle one more time as you exhale to come through the center. Taking a moment to reach the left fingertips forward, right hip back, as you then tilt it down. Strong feet here, right? Trying not to dump too far forward or back. Beautiful. Let's inhale, press into the feet, lifting up. And as we counter stretch one more time, you have the option to turn this into a peaceful warrior by bending that left knee. Slightly different pose, but maybe you like the sensations here more today. Beautiful. Let's inhale, come up, straightening that leg. And then from here, we're going to come on down to frame out that right foot. So you can hop that back heel up a little bit as you bring your hands down to the mat. So you have a choice here. You could leave that back leg up, or you could drop the knee. For the demo, I'm going to bring the knee down, and you'll leave the right hand on the mat as you now inhale to guide the left arm out and up. Unfortunately, there's no way to do this without my back to you, but finding a lunge twist. Let's exhale now, bring the left hand down as you step back to downward facing dog. And you can get there whatever way works. I'm going to just step right foot back to meet the left. Of course, if down dog's too much today, you can just rest on the knees. And then from here, we're going to take that lunge on the other side. So whatever works for you, to bring your other foot up between the hands. Might come down to the knees. And again, as you take your twist, you could leave the knee down, or for the demo, I'm going to just bring my back knee up. As you leave one hand rooted and the other one rises up. And we'll take one more breath in. One breath out. As you bring your top hand down. And you might from here just step one foot up to meet the other. But whatever works to get you down to that forward fold. And then we'll slowly rise. So inhale, pressing into the feet. Curling up nice and slow. And then we'll come to step the legs nice and wide once again. Okay, now we're going to switch the placement of the feet. So I'm going to turn my right toes out to the short edge of the mat on the right side. Left foot angles in a little. And then again, we'll just play a little with that prep, but we kind of have the sense already that for triangle, the left hip's going to kind of reach back, right hip and torso lean to the right. And then inhale, lifting up, finding center. Let's get the arms involved as they come out to a T here. Shifting the hips, arms reaching to the right as you now spin it down. And again, you have the option to drop that top hand to the hip as you take 2 good breaths here. So we'll breathe in and out. Once again, take a big breath in and exhale. Inhale to come on up, finding that reverse triangle as you lean back, right hand overhead, left hand might rest on the left leg. And one more to each side as you inhale, excuse me, finding that tilt, exhale, spin it down. One more big breath in. Long exhale. And then inhale, rise it up. And maybe on this second counter movement, you come to bend the right knee. And then we'll inhale, come up to center, straighten the knee. Bring your hands to your hips this time. As we now bring the toes back to where we started, all facing the same direction. Hands on the hips here, we're going to come for a wide-legged forward fold. So take one more breath in. Maybe you even lean back a little bit here, stretch through the heart. And then as you exhale, you're going to bend forward right where your hands are, coming forward. So really only go as far as feels comfortable for you in your body. So you could leave the hands on the hips. You can bring the hands to the mat. My fingertips touch, but if yours don't touch, that's A-okay. As you just take a couple of breaths here. Maybe you let the head and neck hang. Perhaps slowly nodding yes. Gently shaking the head no. If you feel comfortable, you might bring your fingertips and your hands over to the right. So you could just tiptoe them. Or if you can't reach the floor, you might come to rest them on your shin. And then finding this on the other side, either tiptoeing the fingertips across to the left or just kind of leaning to the left side. Listening to your body and what feels good. And then we'll bring the hands back to center. The hands can come onto the hips as you press down into the feet, maybe gently bending the knees as you rise up nice and slow. And we'll bring the feet together. So you might heel toe them, or maybe you just step the feet, whatever works. And we'll just take a couple of breaths in mountain pose or basic standing. noticing how we feel. So you could bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Your feet could be together or slightly apart, whatever's comfortable. And we'll just close out with a couple of breaths. Perhaps sensing the breath moving underneath your hands. Two more slow, deep breaths. Maybe you feel more length in the sides of your body. Maybe you feel a little stronger here. And then bring the hands to your heart. And if you closed your eyes, you can come to open them. And thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope that this sequence was helpful. And if you are interested in practicing online private yoga with me, you can send me an email at yogawithcassie@usa.com, or you can send me a call or a text at this phone number somewhere up here. All right, bye for now.